Now, good morning, Northwest. The wind and dry conditions yesterday made for perfect recipes for wildfires, and a couple broke out west of Spokane. What we know about them this morning.
Well, it's another sunny, warm, but light wind day. We are going to see changes with showers and winds firing up. I'll have the timing on that for you coming up.
It is the 2-year anniversary of the overturning of Roe versus Wade, and abortion is expected to be a main topic on this week's presidential debate. We look at how President Biden and former President Trump are preparing. You're watching Good Morning Northwest on 4 News Now. Thanks so much for starting your day and your week with us. I'm Natalie Grant.
And I'm Robin Nance. It is Monday, June 24th. Let's check in with Mark in our first alert forecast as we kick off the week.
And we take a live look with what is and looks to be a fire that has started over into areas around downtown. We're going to be checking that out for you with that dark smoke. That's it. We look at what we can expect for temperatures. 49 degrees is what we currently have, and we're going to warm up nicely. We look at the 4 things that you need to know. Sunny and warm today. It's going to be warmer for Tuesday and Wednesday, but Wednesday is that transition day, not only for the week, but also for the weather, and we're going to have a slight chance of rain coming in for Wednesday into Thursday. So right now, we do have a few high thin clouds. That's going to be sort of the deal today. We're going to see a lot of sunshine. When we look at our temperatures, 53 degrees into the valley, 49 Deer Park, 45 into Spangle. So everybody is looking pretty good. We look at what we can expect with our forecast, and we're going to have temperatures in the upper 70s. Yeah, 77 at 4 and 5 and 6 o'clock will be at 78. It's going to be a really nice day.
The smoke could be seen from downtown Spokane. Dozens of fire crews took down a wildfire just outside of Airway Heights last night.
It's being called the Campus Fire, a brush fire that sparked just before 7 o'clock. Now, it started burning about 2 miles east of Airway Heights near West Campus Drive and West Sunset Highway. 9 fire units attacking on the ground alongside a bulldozer, working to create a fire line around the flames. Up above, tanker and bucket helicopters from DNR attacking flames from the sky. You can see multiple firefighters working on the ground to work a perimeter of the fire as visible flames continued to burn under the trees. After about 90 minutes, crews established a wet line around the flames, and this morning they're still working to get a hard dug line to fully contain the fire. No structures were lost and no evacuations were issued.
And now to the number 2 Canyon Road wildfire burning near Wenatchee. That fire originally prompted level 3 go now evacuations for people living near number 2 Canyon Road. The road is closed at Canyon Crest Drive. Those evacuations have since been dropped to a level 1, which means get ready to go. DNR tells us the revised acreage is now 25 acres. And we are keeping an eye on the Slide Ranch wildfire. That's burning 30 miles southwest of Yakima. These photos posted by the Yakima Training Center show the thick wave of smoke behind the cattle there. According to Southeast Incident Management Team, this 3,700-acre wildfire sparked Saturday and has destroyed 16 homes. It's burning near White Swan, which is about 30 miles southwest of Yakima. We do know this was human-caused. It is burning out of control with no containment. No injuries have been reported. And we know a lot of you like to camp, and you might find yourself facing current burn restrictions.
So here are some tips the Washington Department of Natural Resources wants you to know to stay safe and avoid causing a wildfire. First, double check if there are any restrictions for your campsite. If a fire is allowed, keep it small and contained in a metal barrier or a circle of rocks. Never walk away from an active fire, even just for a second, even if it's just smoldering. When it's time to put out the fire, douse it with water, rake it, and then douse it again until all those ambers are cool. Now, always check with your local fire district before lighting any kind of fire. And for more information on how to prepare for wildfire season and for current burn restrictions in our area, head to KXLY.com/firewatch. A Spokane-ordained minister is in custody this morning. Arrested by U.S. Marshals Friday on rape and voyeurism charges, 55-year-old Russell Anders also faces several charges in Seattle related to child molestation, exploitation, and voyeurism. Federally, Anders has an outstanding arrest warrant and is accused of producing and possessing child pornography. He was arrested where he lives on West Gardner Friday morning. Now, it's unclear if Anders is still a practicing minister.
Today is the 2nd anniversary of the Supreme Court overturning Roe versus Wade, ending the constitutional right to an abortion. One of its biggest issues on the ballot in November and likely a major topic in this week's presidential debate. ABC's Perry Rossum in D.C. now with our story.
Good morning. The Biden campaign continues to use the decision to rally support ahead of November. Over the weekend, former President Trump once again taking credit for helping overturn Roe. This morning, the second anniversary of the landmark decision overturning Roe v. Wade, the ruling leading to abortion restrictions of some kind in 21 states. Today, dozens of events across the country, including a protest outside the Supreme Court by abortion rights activists. The Biden campaign planning more than a dozen events of its own, including in swing states Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania.
If we have the trifecta, the House, the Senate, and the White House, then we are going to make Roe versus Wade law of the land again.
Abortion rights is a major issue for voters in November. It's on the ballot in at least 4 states. Over the weekend, former President Trump taking credit for appointing 3 of the justices who helped overturn Roe.
Thanks to these justices, we have also achieved what the pro-life movement fought to get for 49 years. And we've gotten abortion out of the federal government and back to the states.
Trump saying some states will be more conservative than others. The anniversary comes more than a week after the Supreme Court rejected a challenge to mifepristone, keeping the abortion drug available for women to use under current FDA guidelines. And the Supreme Court could rule this week on another case about abortion rights. It's about whether a federal law on emergency care protects access to abortion at hospitals when a woman's life is at risk. Perry Russum, ABC News, Washington.
President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump now just 3 days away from their first debate of the 2024 presidential election. CNN is hosting the debate. It will air on ABC Thursday evening at 6 o'clock. Good morning, Northwest Times, now 6 minutes after 6.
Let's check back in with Mark Peterson for a look at our forecast here as far as rain goes. It's been kind of warm the last couple of days.
We are having a dry spring, now dry summer. There's no doubt about it. We have some rain in the forecast. We're going to talk about the chances of that and the timing of that coming up in just a little bit.
Heads up, drivers, new road closures are popping up in Spokane today. I'm breaking down the construction projects you need to be aware of coming up on Good Morning Northwest.
Also ahead, a big cyber attack on car dealerships could affect you, even if you're not buying a car. We look at what the hackers have done. That's right after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
More Americans choose ABC News, America's #1 news source.
Every life lost to an opioid overdose is a big deal, especially to the friends, families, and communities left behind. But one small act can make a big difference. Naloxone, or Narcan, can reverse an overdose from opioids, including fentanyl. Almost every time it's used, naloxone saves a life. When they carry and use naloxone, friends save friends, brothers save sisters, parents save their kids. And that's huge. Find naloxone and learn how to use it at wafriendsforlife.org.
Exploring different regions throughout the Northwest and beyond can be fun and educational. 4 News Now would like to showcase these locations with Travel for Adventures.
Are you ready for an unforgettable adventure? Look no further than the Lewis Clark Valley.
Start with a narrated jet boat ride on the Snake River through Hell's Canyon, North America's deepest river gorge. Cruise by rugged basalt cliffs, surrounded by a variety of wildlife and ancient petroglyphs.
After your day of adventure, explore the Northwest's first wine-growing region. Wind down and relax among the vines while you sip a variety of award-winning wines. Indulge your taste buds with fresh cuisine at a charming, locally owned restaurant.
Immerse yourself in an authentic cultural experience with the Nez Perce. Dive into the past and drive the historic Lewis and Clark Trail following the same rivers they did.
Experience the perfect blend of adventure and relaxation in the Lewis Clark Valley.
Discover more places you might like to visit. Go to KXLY.com/travel4adventures.
There's only a short time left to get your backyard and deck ready for the 4th of July at Windsor Plywood.
It's time to shop for wood.
Whether you're looking for PVC, composite, or wood, the Windsor Plywood Decking Pros can help you find what you need, including great railing options. It's the one-stop shop all the contractors use to build the best decks in the region.
Windsor Plywood. Plus, local delivery is available.
It is 10 minutes after 6. Here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. American Paul Whelan now being wrongfully detained in Russia for 2,000 days.
Whelan was arrested in Moscow in December of 2018 and sentenced to 16 years in prison on espionage charges. He has consistently and vigorously said he is innocent. Whelan is urging the Biden administration to take decisive action to bring him and fellow detained American Evan Gershkovich home. The White House has put forth several proposals for Whelan's release, but there hasn't been much movement from Russia.
The extreme heat has been deadly in the Middle East. The U.S. State Department says several U.S. citizens have died during the Hajj pilgrimage to Mecca this week. Officially, overall deaths from all countries stands at 531, but more than 1,300 people are feared dead. Large numbers of unregistered pilgrims are unaccounted for, and Saudi Arabia and Egypt have yet to release official figures.
A crippling cyber attack has caused major disruptions at car dealerships across North America over the past week. Several major auto companies, including Ford, Stellantis, and GM, confirm the hack is not just disrupting car maintenance and repairs. It's left thousands of dealers unable to process appointments or complete sales transactions, some turning back to pen and paper. But for prospective car buyers, it means more delays with no immediate end in sight. It's unclear if any consumer information is compromised.
This morning, a shark attack in Hawaii claimed the life of a world-renowned surfer. Honolulu officials say 49-year-old professional surfer and lifeguard Tameo Perry was killed in a shark attack just before 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon off the north coast of Oahu. Perry appeared in movies and television, including Blue Crush with Kate Bosworth. Perry's death is the 9th fatal shark attack in Hawaiian waters since the state started keeping records in 1995.
All right, we take a look at the 10-second takeaway on a Monday. It's going to be a sunny and warm day, really quite nice. Grab your shades. And again, drinking plenty of water. We're going to get warmer this week, but today above average with a high of 78.
Your Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:12.
As we send you off to a commercial break, take a look at your Monday morning. Here's a live look at the pavilion, ramping up to be a beautiful day. As you know, Mark's full forecast is coming up, as well as much more news right after this.
4 News Now anchors, not just in the newsroom, but in the community, doing the work, listening to you, asking questions to help keep your family safe. We're the people you trust on your screens and in your neighborhood. And we'll always be there on 4 News Now. What does it take to be the most watched newscast in America?
We are part of an operation.
Is this our combat operations center?
We're approaching the gate now. The house is destroyed, but the flag
Not a tear in it.
World News Tonight and 4 News Now.
The Inland Northwest's most trusted news source.
Hi. Ismail. David. I'm David Muir.
I know you are.
You
Watch
do.
you every night.
4 News Now and World News Tonight with David Muir, the Inland Northwest's most trusted news source.
My name is Stephen, and this is my Summit Cancer Center story. I had a large tumor in my left lung in November of 2018. We went through in 2020 doing a lot of end-of-life planning. Summit was very aggressive in my treatment of diagnosis. Since then, with my recovery, we're doing a lot of life events. I love the people there. I would recommend Summit Cancer Center. My wife calls it a miracle.
As far as I'm considered, Expo 74 saved the downtown area.
Well, I was overwhelmed with the beautification because it was not a pretty area prior to Expo. But opening it up and taking the railroad tracks away, and I couldn't believe the vision of people and their foresight in seeing what could happen. One of my favorite children's books is The Little Engine That Could. And I tell you, Expo reminded me every day that we can.
Adventure awaits at Silver Mountain Resort this summer. Play 2 days in Idaho's largest indoor water park and enjoy one night in a beautiful condo. Ride America's longest gondola for breathtaking scenic views or cruise the Northwest's #1 bike park. Create new family memories around the fire, an outdoor movie, or an evening stroll through the village. Just 30 minutes east of Coeur d'Alene on I-90. Your adventure awaits at Silver Mountain. Book today at silvermt.com.
Embrace the magic, celebrate friendship, and share the joy at Disney's Frozen the Musical.
Coming to First Interstate Center for the Arts, July 24th through August 4th. Get tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
4 News Now is brought to you by Global Credit Union.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Good morning. It is now 6:15. Road construction is everywhere.
That's for sure. And a new project starting today could make commutes a little difficult for drivers on the South Hill. Now, the latest project drivers should be aware of is that grind and overlay project happening on 29th Avenue. Starting today, crews will be paving 29th between Ray Street and Grand Boulevard. To make this happen, Regal Street will be closed between 29th and Southeast Boulevard. The city is directing drivers to reroute to Southeast Boulevard for the detour. In addition, traffic will be down to 1 lane on 29th Avenue between Ray Street and Grand Boulevard. These closures are part of 2 separate projects that will grind and overlay pavement and install ADA ramps that have been happening now for a little while. Today also marks the first Monday since construction switched over on Thor and Freya. The westbound Thor Freya exit is open as of Friday, but it comes with a trade-off for drivers that are heading east. The eastbound exit ramp at Thor and Freya is now closed, as well as 3rd Avenue between Ray and Thor Street. Those detours will be in place for about 10 weeks. And as always, the city of Spokane urges drivers to consider avoiding this congestion by using a commute alternative like the bus.
We are following breaking news right now. This is a live look from the traffic cam at Spokane Falls Boulevard and City Hall. You can see the smoke billowing into the air. It's coming from a reported structure fire at 1620 West Water Avenue. That's in Peaceful Valley. We have a crew headed to the scene right now. We'll bring you a live report just as soon as we get it all established and get some information.
You can see it on this camera a little bit too there. We've kind of been watching this smoke throughout the morning, and I'm sure you're probably seeing it on your commute as well.
All right. So we are also dealing with a very pleasant morning. Other than that, not bad at all.
Right. Temperatures into the 50s. I mean, for this time of year, spot on average.
And firefighters dealing with much smoke or much wind this morning?
No. The winds are light, less than 10 miles an hour, and that's the good news. Smoke coming up and then just sort of making its way across. 53 into Liberty Lake, 52 into downtown, and in Cheney, you're at 44 degrees. We have low 50s into North Idaho, so everybody's got a pleasant start. We take you hour by hour as we get through our day today. Sunshine is really going to be the thing I'm talking about. The winds to 10 miles an hour, not gusting like they were over the weekend, but we will see winds fire up this week, and I'll have the timing on that for you coming up in a little bit. All right, by 2 o'clock, 73 degrees. By 3 at 75, and then upper 70s all the way through the commute home and dinner time. By 7 o'clock, we're still at 76 degrees, so really a nice summer day. We'll see a continuation of just high, thin clouds moving around the northwest, even into Montana, looking pretty good. Oregon, Idaho, all of it with this high pressure, and we see this warming air, this warming influence that stays with us today into Tuesday. But Tuesday afternoon, evening, we see this change. Winds associated with that cooler air coming in and those scattered showers, which will be prevalent throughout eastern Washington, North Idaho. Nothing truly organized here. They're going to be hit and miss like we've seen for Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. Other areas into Montana, they're going to get the more concentrated or more forecastable rain showers coming through. For us tonight into tomorrow, again, clouds just bounce around. There could be high, thin clouds, not looking for a lot of interruption there. we get into Wednesday morning, now we start to see clouds as this thing comes back around. We're going to see those showers into the Palouse. We're going to see the rain showers coming across our area by Wednesday noon, and then things are going to start to dry out again as we get into Thursday and Friday. 78 will be our high today, looking pretty good, mid upper 70s into North Idaho, and we're going to be into the low 80s from Moses Lake all the way to Grand Coulee. Our planning forecast, well, 87 for tomorrow and sunny. It's going to be 86 Wednesday. Again, breezy, that chance of showers. Thursday, cooler air behind that, 74, and Friday, 76. And then we're back into the low 80s for Hoop Fest weekend. And that, I think, is going to be great news for everybody. Hey, here could be some great news for you. It's our Pet of the Week.
Our Pet of the Week is the best dog ever. His name is Bosco. He is 6 years old, knows tons of tricks, and loves treats. People and other dogs are his favorite things. He loves to play ball, walks well on a leash, and just wants to be a part of a family. There are so many large dogs like Bosco that are available for adoption. Please consider adopting a homeless animal. They are already altered, have all their vaccinations, and are microchipped. Visit them in person or check out our website at companionsanimalcenter.org for more information.
And look at that sweet face.
Bosco, best dog ever. It's now 6:20.
The Spokane Velocity have had a tough go at it in the past month, and they could get things turned around in last night's home match against Lexington SC. Stick around. That's coming up next in Morning Sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
My name is Megan, and I've been a member of Canopy Credit Union since I was 4. With Canopy, they have a whole team who's there to help guide you if you have questions. That's huge. It's so nice to know that you can get an answer to your questions. I have never had an issue that wasn't able to be resolved in a super friendly, helpful manner. It's so wonderful. I honestly don't think I'd ever leave.
The right window shade can do more than just cover a window. Imagine shades that light up to illuminate dark spaces. Shades that adjust automatically for the best lighting or privacy. Shades that improve energy efficiency for lower utility bills. All with legendary Hunter Douglas quality for style that lasts. Hunter Douglas. Shades like no other.
Do you want to get paid to have an adventure? Get your passport to Dining Adventure from Adam Hegsted's Eat Good Group and earn a $20 gift card. Eat at just 4 of our locations before June 30th and you'll earn a $20 gift card. Eat at 6 restaurants and you'll be entered to win a $500 gift card. Each location is a different adventure featuring top chefs, quality fresh ingredients and locally inspired menus from around the globe. Whether you're trying something new or re-experiencing one of your favorites, pick up your passport at any Eat Good restaurant today.
This summer, if you're looking for fun new adventures in a new Jeep, nobody has a better selection at better prices than the saving superstars at Dishman Dodge Ram Chrysler Jeep. Dishman Dodge! For over 50 years, Dishman has been Spokane's powerhouse, selling the best lineup of Jeeps for less, as well as the popular Ram trucks, with over 100 in stock currently, making Dishman the only place you should go if you're looking for a new Ram truck or Jeep. Dishman Dodge!
Life is an opportunity to grow, to feel, to excel. Life moves at its own pace, daring you to keep up. Life pushes you to be better and to go farther. Life has you here. We're just here to help.
It has not been an easy month for the Spokane Velocity. Despite playing almost exclusively at home for the better part of 2 months, the team hasn't won a single league match since the beginning of May, and they've only scored 1 goal in their last 3 outings. And on Sunday evening, they played host to Lexington, but early on, it was a lot of the same type of play. Missed opportunities, and then in the 27th minute, Lexington scored, meaning they would have to come from behind once again. But coming out of halftime, the Velocity were much more aggressive, and that was rewarded in the 48th minute when Josh Dalling netted this goal to tie the game up at 1 apiece. And while the result ended in a draw, they feel much better about this performance.
The response was fantastic. That was the challenge to them at half-time. We actually played really well in the first half. It was actually a lapse in our concentration which led to their goal. And the challenge to the guys was to respond, you know, not to get your heads down, stay positive, keep doing the right things. We made some tweaks and the guys went out and executed right away in the second half, and that led to our momentum, which carried on through the second half for the most part. So naturally when a team sits deep, you can kind of start to, you know, get a little bit too ahead of yourself and start to creep forward a little bit too much, which opens up the counter-attack. But our guys at the back handled that fantastically well.
And the Seattle Mariners dropped their series finale with the Miami Marlins on Sunday afternoon. The difference maker in this one came right out of the gates as Miami jumped all over starting pitcher Bryce Miller. He only lasted 4 innings, giving up 6 earned runs. And despite holding a 10-game lead in the AL West just days ago, that number now stands at 6 as the Mariners have dropped 4 out of their last 6 ball games. Now the M's will travel out to St. Petersburg to start a 3-game series with the Tampa Bay Rays starting on Monday evening, as that will close out a 9-game road trip for Seattle. Reporting in studio, I'm Alex Crescenti, 4 News Now Sports.
Well, hey, heads up, we have a change to our schedule today. Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals is tonight at 5 o'clock here on ABC as the Edmonton Oilers try to complete that comeback against the Florida Panthers. That means that you can watch special editions of 4 News Now at 4 o'clock and then right after that game.
Yeah, wow, they've made it quite the series.
I know. Wow. Game 7, always a good time. Your Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:25.
A man lost for 10 days in the California mountains is back home with his family. I'll tell you how he made it out alive next.
Plus, this small plane crashes in the field of a Spokane Valley middle school. What we know so far and the extent of damage, that's coming up next. And before we go to break, here's a first look of what's coming up on Good Morning America at 7.
In this morning's GMA First Look, an ABC News exclusive, taking on porch pirates.
All right, package is dropped. We're good.
We're riding along with members of Washington, D.C.'s Metropolitan Police Department as they work with community members, leaving packages equipped with AirTags in high-crime areas with the hopes of reducing thefts.
Has it improved any of your relationships with people in the community?
Absolutely. And it opens up so many doors for so many more things to flow. They'll call us about all types of other different problems that are going on. So it really is kind of a bridge to the community to get the conversation flowing.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll show you how this undercover operation works and why it's already resulted in a 17% reduction in porch pirate thefts. With your GMA First Look, I'm Rebecca Jarvis, ABC News, New York.
Depression is a journey. I'd made some progress on my antidepressant, had some daily wins in reducing my symptoms, but I was still masking my depression. So I talked to my doctor. She told me I could build on my wins without changing my antidepressant.
Rexulti, when added to an antidepressant, significantly reduced depression symptoms more than an antidepressant alone.
And less depression, that's a win.
Rexulti can cause serious side effects. Elderly dementia patients have an increased risk of death or stroke. Antidepressants may increase suicidal thoughts and actions and worsen depression in children and young adults. Report new or sudden changes in mood, behavior, thoughts, or feelings, or if you develop suicidal thoughts or actions. Report fever, stiff muscles, and confusion, which can be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements, which may be permanent. High blood sugar, which can lead to coma or death. Weight gain, increased cholesterol, low white blood cells. Unusual urges, dizziness on standing, falls, seizures, trouble swallowing, or sleepiness may occur. Keep moving forward. Ask your doctor about Rexulti.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app. Download the KXLY Plus app on your connected TV.
I love you just the way God.
Don't miss Parmalee, Contemporary Country Hitmakers, live Thursday, September 12th. Visit CDACasino.com to buy your tickets now and check out the full Core Stars lineup.
Winning is just the beginning.
Welcome to Coeur d'Alene Honda.
Thank you. I've been coming here for years, and I've always felt just like family.
At Coeur d'Alene Honda, we've been family owned and operated for over 50 years. We pride ourselves in giving the best customer experience.
And every new car comes with a nationwide lifetime warranty.
We have some of the best selection of pre-owned vehicles to choose from.
And select pre-owned Hondas come with our lifetime warranty.
Coeur d'Alene Honda with the nationwide lifetime warranty at no additional cost to you.
Awarded Dealer of the Year and rated 4.7 on Google.
And don't forget about the lifetime warranty.
Not the best sound to start your day with, is it? Your next decision should be to call Precision.
Our professionally trained technicians are here to provide you with award-winning service every time. Our trucks are rolling warehouses, so we can get you back up and running fast. Need a new door? We do that too. And right now, get a new garage door, Wi-Fi opener, and remote combo installed for as low as $34 per month and up to $500 in cashback savings. Call or book online today.
It's the Coeur d'Alene Casino's $257,000 trucks and boatloads of winning giveaway. On June 29th, play to win extra play cash and this new 2024 Chevy Colorado Trail Boss grand prize.
Winning is just the beginning.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
We are kicking off this half hour with the 4 News Now story tracker following the stories people are reading about this morning.
The U.S. Postal Service announced Friday it will honor late Jeopardy host Alex Trebek with his own stamp. A book of 20 stamps will resemble a Jeopardy game board. Each stamp shares the same clue. This naturalized U.S. citizen hosted the quiz show Jeopardy for 37 seasons. The stamp includes the correct response. Who is Alex Trebek? Pre-sales began on Friday. Post offices will start selling the Trebek stamps July 22nd. Trebek died of pancreatic cancer in 2020.
On Sunday, superstar Taylor Swift took her relationship with Travis Kelce to a new level by bringing him on stage during the Eras Tour in London's Wembley Stadium. Kelce appeared wearing a top hat and black tailcoat for a transition in the Tortured Poets Department segment of the set list. Now the crowd erupted in cheers as he carried Swift in his arms. This weekend, Swift and the 3-time Super Bowl champ also became Instagram official, posting him with the British Royals backstage on Saturday's concert on her Instagram page. All over my social media feeds.
It's big. Good morning, Northwest. I'm Robin Nance.
And I'm Natalie Grant. Today is Monday, June 24th. We're going to check in with Mark as we kick off our week.
All right, plenty of blue sky. In fact, you can see the waning moon still hanging out. That was our strawberry full moon over the weekend. It was absolutely gorgeous. 49 degrees currently, winds light, less than 10 miles an hour. We're going to continue that through the day. We take a look at the 4 things you need to know. It's going to be sunny and warm. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be warmer Tuesday and Wednesday, but then we see a change. Colder air coming in. It's going to be breezy midweek, and then a slight chance of rain coming in Wednesday into Thursday. For today, it's going to be high thin clouds that are going to be moving around our area, and things are looking pretty good for Washington. More cloud cover and, of course, some storminess into the Dakotas. We're going to be into the low 50s for another hour or two, and then it's going to start warming up quickly with that sun up. 54 degrees currently in Liberty Lake, 51 into 9 Mile. Here's our forecast for the day. We're going to have the sunshine. Again, those variable clouds, nothing big. We're looking for temperatures around 70 by noon. We're going to be in the upper 70s, which is a couple of degrees above average. Our high today, of course, 78.
Breaking news overnight, 19 people were killed yesterday in what appeared to be coordinated attacks against churches, synagogues, and police posts in Russia's Dagestan province. The victims include 15 police officers, an Orthodox priest, and 4 civilians. No group has claimed responsibility. The attacks come 3 months after ISIS affiliate ISIS-K said it carried out an assault at the Crocus City Hall in Moscow that killed more than 140 people in one of Russia's deadliest terrorist atrocities in years.
The Kootenai County Sheriff's Office and Coeur d'Alene Police are still searching for an escaped teen. Sheriff Robert Knowles says 2 teens escaped juvenile detention around 5:30 Friday evening. One of them was found near 4th Street and Gregory Lane. Police say the other was seen running north from the juvenile detention center across Dalton Avenue. Now, 15-year-old Caden Shrebies is 5 feet 9 inches tall and 150 pounds. He has medium-length brown hair and was last seen wearing a green shirt and blue sweatpants. The other team was booked for damaging a jail facility, conspiracy to commit escape, and escape. Anyone with information on Caden's whereabouts should call the number on your screen.
The FAA is investigating a small plane that crash landed at Horizon Middle School in Spokane Valley. This is the plane there on your screen. You can see the front of the plane and the nose are damaged. This happened just before 8 o'clock last night. Officials were not able to tell us what caused the plane to go down. Our crew on the scene watched what they believed to be the people who were inside the plane when it crashed, unloading their belongings from the plane. No injuries were reported.
Well, taking a look around the nation this morning, one of Chicago's most popular tourist attractions is once again open to the public. The Bean Sculpture reopened on Sunday. It was closed nearly a year ago, so workers could renovate the surrounding plaza. Now, gates closed off the sculpture to the public while the workers made those repairs, and those gates are now gone. And people can now get an up-close view of this iconic artwork. It's also known as Cloud Gate. Didn't know that one. The sculpture first was unveiled in 2006 and has become a Chicago landmark.
We have an amazing story of survival from California. A man lost in the mountains, finally found after 10 days. 34-year-old Luke McLish set out for a hike on June 11th in the Santa Cruz Mountains, where he says he got lost. McLish was declared missing 5 days later on Father's Day when he didn't show up for a dinner. Rescuers finally found him last Thursday.
I left with just a pair of my pants and my pair of hiking shoes and that hat. I had a flashlight and a pair of folding scissors, like a Leatherman tool, and that was about it.
The sheriff's office used drones and rescue dogs, but it was a witness hearing someone yelling for help that led officials to McLish. He lost 30 pounds over 10 days and says he has had enough of hiking, at least for the rest of this year.
I don't blame him.
Oh boy, no kidding.
I'm so glad he's safe. Your Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:35.
Mark is back, and we're taking a look back over the weekend.
Hit 90 on Saturday, of course, with Skyfest and everything else going on over the weekend. It was crazy. And that's just a couple of days after the average date, so not too bad. Near 90 again tomorrow. So we're going to talk more about what we can expect and what you'll be seeing. That's coming up.
The TV show Cops is making a return to Spokane, but not without some pushback. After the break, House Sheriff John Knowles is responding to concerns about it and why he says this is a good opportunity for the county and his department.
Plus, how far could you walk in heels? And how about run? We're taking a look at this event, raising money for a good cause in Mexico. That's next.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
You would never go years without changing your oil. Did you know not maintaining your water heater can cause serious issues? Sediment can reduce efficiency, causing higher energy bills, leaks, and water heater failure. Sediment also causes bacteria that impacts water quality. An annual flush is the best defense against costly damage to your home, health, and wallet. Right now, Gold Seal Plumbing is offering an $89 water heater flush to keep your home and family safe and worry-free. So call Gold Seal Plumbing today. We're on our way.
Chevy gets it. I want it, and I can afford it can be one and the same. With Chevy Trax, a car and driver 10 best. The rugged Chevy Trailblazer. And Chevy Colorado, Motor Trend Truck of the Year. Chevy, all you want is all within reach. Connected by OnStar. Get 1.9% APR financing on select popular 2024 Chevy SUVs when you finance with GM Financial. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
No matter how he got here, how alone she feels, how they've struggled to support their best friend. What's important is this moment, when they reached out and said, I can't do this alone. And we said, that's okay, we'll figure it out together. If you or a loved one needs support, our trained counselors can help you too. 988, anywhere, anytime.
Command Picture hanging strips hold strong and remove cleanly. Command, do no harm.
Calling all captains. Whether you're a pontoon pirate with a large crew or a solo rider who carves up glassy lakes, all wakes lead to Allsport. Allsport has a huge selection of Sea-Doo watercraft. Who has it all? Allsport has it all. Join our local team in celebrating 40 years in business. Financing available on Can-Am, Riker, Spider, and more. If you're looking to make 2024 the most adventurous year yet, then have it all at Allsport. Just off I-90 in Liberty Lake.
Spokane County Sheriff John Knowles is bringing the TV show Cops back to Spokane. He says having these camera crews alongside his deputies is a win-win for the county and the community. The sheriff says Cops showcases the skills of his deputies and shows the public what they are up against on a day-to-day basis.
Now, there has been some pushback to cops returning to town, and 4 News Now's Jordan Smith spoke to Sheriff Knowles and asked if bringing the show back will over-exaggerate the perception of crime in the community.
This is recruiting getting nationwide exposure to our agency that we're getting for free.
The return of one of the longest-running shows in TV history to Spokane County might give the Sheriff's Department the edge they're looking for in recruitment.
Many times we heard, oh, well, I first started seeing things about the Spokane County Sheriff's Office when I saw your episodes on cops.
The show was pulled from the air in 2020 after George Floyd was killed by a Minneapolis police officer and nationwide protests ensued. Years later now, camera crews will ride along with the sheriff's deputies for 8 weeks in the heat of summer. The show hoping to capture the action-packed moments of policing that have gripped viewers for 3 decades. I asked about the concerns of the show potentially overselling the amount of crime happening in Spokane County and overrepresenting minorities as the people committing them.
I don't know that anybody ever presented any data that supported those assertions. Some people view it as, well, it's showing our citizens at their worst, or it's, maybe disparaging. But my counter to that would be, it's real.
County Commissioner Cuney, who voted in favor of the show returning to the county, reiterated that point, reminding the public the crime rate is down from last year.
Any citizen that has any of those concerns is welcome to call our office or the sheriff's office to really talk about what our crime stats are, to know what they are, because I think it's important for citizens to know that and understand that.
Both Knowles and the commissioners say that everyone who appears on the show will have to sign a consent form, and the county will not be receiving any money for hosting Cops this summer.
All right, good morning, everybody. So we look at our 10-second takeaway. It's going to be sunny and warm day, really going to be a pretty nice day. It's a Monday, I get it. Grab the shades, you'll need it. Drink your water. You deserve it. 78 our high today.
Runners in high heels took part in a 200-meter race as part of Mexico City Pride. Participants paid an $11 entry fee and were required to wear heels at least 4 inches high for the race. Whew. The money raised from the event goes to a nonprofit that supports HIV and AIDS services in Mexico. The winner, a 30-year-old architect who claimed he had never walked in heels before, and then he runs and wins and hopefully didn't hurt his ankles.
The booties looked like the right move there. They kind of zip up, a little bit more structure with the ankles.
Yep,
there you go. Your Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:41.
Thanks for waking up with Good Morning Northwest. We'll be back with more news right after this.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Honeymoon phase over already, huh?
These things normally take a while to figure out, and these
We get you compensated fairly and only get paid after you win.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
Expect even more from KXLY Plus. Live updates from the 4 News Now team. Breaking news as it happens. Weather every 10 minutes. Free on your time. Download the app, connect to your streaming TV, and connect on KXLY Plus.
Dear 2031, we look forward to seeing you. After our 160-point quality assurance inspection, we'll be Toyota certified used vehicles with 7-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranties. Not to honk our own horns, but the best new cars make the best used cars. Yours, Toyota.
Get 5.49% APR for up to 60 months on many of your favorite Toyota certified used models. Find yours at toyotacertified.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Get ready to embark on a culinary adventure like no other. Crave is hitting Spokane Valley at Center Place this July 11th through 13th. Join us for an irresistible foodie extravaganza featuring top local and regional chefs along with the best breweries, wineries, and distilleries. Experience the best of the Pacific Northwest for 3 days at Crave. Admission includes food, drinks, entertainment, and an unforgettable experience. But hurry! Tickets are limited and selling fast. Visit cravenw.com to get yours today. Don't miss out on the culinary event of the year.
This job.
Oh, this feels so good.
Watch weekdays at 3.
Spam.
don't knock it till you've fried it. Sizzle, pork, and
If there's one thing we like, it's choices. Find yours with Ford F-150. Gas, hybrid, or all-electric. Whether it's towing, powering up, or getting from 0 to 60 in 3.8 seconds, what you choose to do with that much power is up to you. Tough this smart can only be called F-150.
Just announced. Low 1.9% APR financing for 72 months on a 2023 Ford F-150 or on the all-electric F-150 Lightning.
Ford News Now is brought to you by Shriners Children's Spokane, the most amazing care anywhere.
It is 6:44. We are following breaking news this morning. This is a live look at a fire burning at 1620 West Water Avenue. That's in Peaceful Valley.
As you can see, there's some heavy smoke, and we've also seen flames coming from the home this morning. We just arrived on scene and are working to gather more information as of right now, but we don't know if there's been any injuries. We don't know cause, but we're working to get that information. Well, this morning, people across the country are facing dangerous weather conditions.
Extreme levels of heat are expected across many areas of the U.S. This morning, no relief for more than 100 million Americans as scorching heat stretches from coast to coast. That heat is fueling heavy rain in the Midwest. The resulting floodwater caused the collapse of a train bridge between South Dakota and Iowa. But first, the oppressive heat. Baltimore hit 101 Saturday, the hottest June day there in more than a decade. And Washington, D.C. yesterday tying its daily record high of 98 degrees with barely any relief at night. The low temperature, 81 degrees. But those D.C. temperatures are a welcome relief for Galen Clark, who is visiting from Las Vegas, where the daily high is expected to hover around 110 for the next 7 days.
It's so hot, it's so wet that you can't breathe and everything is sticking to you.
Now, no escape for the middle of the country either, with temps in the high 90s or even higher from Omaha to Laredo, Texas. That's the heat fueling torrential rainstorms in the Midwest. A state of emergency declared in Iowa after floodwaters forced evacuations in parts of the state. In southern Wisconsin, at least 6 tornadoes touched down Saturday, ripping through trees and buildings. And for anyone escaping this severe weather with a trip to the beach, the rip current risk remains high on parts of the Atlantic and the Gulf Coast today. In Florida, at least 5 people have died in rip currents, including a couple visiting with their 6 children.
Awful, just awful.
Well, thankfully, we've had some heat over the weekend, but nothing like that oppressive heat they're seeing.
No, 90 on Saturday. We're going to have temperatures nearing 90 tomorrow, but the Pacific Northwest usually a much better situation when it comes to that than the Midwest, which is just under heat.
We know.
I mean, and humidity, yeah. No, it's crazy. Let's take a live look here, and we'll show you what's going on with the map. The heat advisory all the way through tomorrow night into the central part of the country. The heavy rains that have occurred up into the northern areas and now moving from the Dakotas into Minnesota again. And that heat continues all the way through the Rockies and to areas of California. For us, a little above average. I mean, we're normally at about 76, 78 today. Going to be sunny. It's going to be warm. Winds are going to be light. Going to be a gorgeous day. Tonight, temperatures down to 51. Windows open. Get some of that fresh air in. It's going to be nice. No real smoke in the air, and things are looking pretty good. Currently, as you wake up and head out, temperatures nearing 50 into Deer Park. We have 47 into Cheney, mid-50s for Liberty Lake, all the way through into Coeur d'Alene. So we all have that mild start. The sunny conditions really looking pretty good. Our day today, yeah, we're going to see a continuation of just some scattered cloud cover that's going to be moving across areas of Washington. Not a lot to see or do. We're going to see, again, some cloud cover into Montana, but that's it. Now, we do have that warmer air. Now, that jet has just been right over the top of us. When it moves to the north, oh, we get the heat. When it moves and gets pushed south, that's when we get the cooler, unsettled air. Well, that's exactly what's going to happen over the next 72 hours. So we do have the heat coming in from the southwest, and for tonight into tomorrow, that continues to be stable. Now, a system coming out of areas of the Gulf of Alaska, British Columbia again, will push the jet down, allowing some of that weather to come in that will be those scattered showers, the breezy conditions, increased fire danger because of the winds, the low relative humidity, and of course we've been very dry. So we're going to see some of that roll through into Wednesday. Thursday, mountain showers for the most part, but then we have more warm air coming in for the weekend. So we look at our forecasts, and we're going to see again tonight, very few clouds moving across eastern Washington, North Idaho. We'll see those into the mountains for the most part. Into Tuesday night, still looking really good. Everything's high and dry. Now we see the change. On Wednesday, we see that system coming in as it spins counterclockwise, pulling some of that up. We're going to have those scattered showers through Wednesday morning in through noon. And then in the afternoon, things dry out. Thursday looks to be pretty good, but it's just going to be that bump on Wednesday that we're going to be keeping track of. 78 for our high today, 79 into Ritzville. Into the Palouse, you're going to be in the mid-70s today, absolutely perfect. And upper 80s as you get into the LC Valley. For our planning forecast, we're going to have temperatures nearing 90 tomorrow, 87 degrees, 86 on Wednesday. Now remember, we see that transition. Thunderstorm potential. Have not talked a lot about that, but we see something like that shift and the odds increase into the mid-70s Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Hoop Fest, it'll be low 80s. So we see those temperatures go a little below average Thursday, Friday, but then we are above average for what will be an above average weekend. Tens of thousands of tens of people playing 3-on-3 and watching it downtown. So right now on Monday, the forecast for the weekend really looking really nice.
All right. We'll continue to track it throughout the week too as we get closer.
It is now just about 10 minutes before the hour. Your morning sprint is coming up.
Thanks so much for starting your day with us here on Good Morning Northwest. Happy Monday. We'll be right back after this.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Pape Machinery.
Our 30th anniversary celebration continues at Missisquoi Casino Hotel. Play your favorite games with your Sun Club card to win your share of $22,000 cash and one of several Traeger grills. Learn more at Missisquoi.com.
Researching childhood vaccines often feels like this.
When T lymphocytes recognize antigens.
They're lying to us. Vaccines are just another plot to make money.
The most important thing parents should know about vaccines is...
Accept my cookies. Sign up for the newsletter. Sorry. You've reached your free article limit.
There's a simpler way to get answers. Visit vaccinesmartwa.org.
Stay straight for the next 200 miles.
Get into an Audi and go your own way. Find your way to exceptional offers during the Summer of Audi sales event at your local Audi dealer.
Missisquoi Casino Hotel is open. Stay with us, relax and rejuvenate while taking advantage of our amazing amenities, including a restaurant and lounge open to the public daily starting at 3 p.m. north of Spokane on Highway 395.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
The time is now 6:52. Time to get you ready to take on your Monday in the morning sprint.
So we are following several wildfires in our area this morning, including one that's burned more than a dozen homes.
Mark will let us know what kind of weather conditions those firefighters will be facing today.
But first, we are following breaking news right now. This is a live look at a fire burning at 1620 West Water Avenue. That's in Peaceful Valley.
Now, as you can see here, we have throughout the morning seen heavy smoke and flames coming from that home. The fire started just before 6 o'clock. Fire officials tell us there is some significant damage inside and are working to make sure no one is injured. Stay with us throughout the morning for updates on this breaking story.
All right, into the forecast. We do not have a lot of winds forecasted in our first alert weather. That's good news, and that goes statewide. We see a little bit of cloud cover, but that's going to be it. It's going to be mostly sunny, and it's going to be warm today. Temperatures a couple of degrees above average. Starting off mild into the mid-50s, into Liberty Lake all the way to Coeur d'Alene, 49 Deer Park, Cheney, 48 degrees. Our planning forecast, yeah, we're going to see sunshine, a few clouds, and a high today of 78.
Smoke could be seen from downtown Spokane over the weekend. Dozens of fire crews took down a wildfire just outside of Airway Heights last night.
It's being called the Campus Fire, a brush fire that sparked up just before 7 o'clock. It started burning about 2 miles east of Airway Heights near West Campus Drive and West Sunset Highway. 9 fire units attacking on the ground alongside a bulldozer working to create a fire line around the flames. Up above, tanker and bucket helicopters from the DNR attacking the flames from the sky. Multiple firefighters working around the perimeter of the fire as visible flames continue to burn under trees. After about 90 minutes, crews did establish a wet line around the flames. And this morning, they're still working to dig a hard line to fully contain the fire. No structures were lost and no evacuations were issued.
Now to the number 2 Canyon Road fire burning near Wenatchee. That originally prompted level 3 go now evacuation orders for people living near number 2 Canyon Road. The road is closed at Canyon Crest Drive. Those evacuations have since been dropped to just a level 1. DNR tells us the revised acreage is now 25 acres. We are keeping an eye on the Slide Ranch wildfire burning 30 miles southwest of Yakima. These photos posted by the Yakima Training Center show the thick wave of smoke behind the cattle. According to Southeast Incident Management Team, this 3,700-acre wildfire sparked Saturday. It's destroyed 16 homes. It's burning near White Swan, which is about 30 miles southwest of Yakima. We do know it was human-caused, burning out of control with no containment. No injuries have been reported. And we know a lot of you like to camp, and you might find yourself facing current burn restrictions.
So here are some tips the Washington Department of Natural Resources wants you to know to stay safe and avoid causing a wildfire. First, double check if there are any restrictions at your campsite. If a fire is allowed, keep it small and contained in a metal barrier or a circle of rocks. Never walk away from an active fire, even just for a second, even if it's just smoldering. When it's time to put out the fire, douse it with water, rake it, and douse it again until all the embers are cool. And always check with your local fire district before lighting any type of fire. For more information on how to prepare for wildfire season and any current burn bans in our area, head to KXLY.com/firewatch.
A Spokane ordained minister is in custody this morning, arrested by U.S. Marshals Friday on rape and voyeurism charges. 55-year-old Russell Anders also faces several charges in Seattle related to child molestation, exploitation, and voyeurism. Federally, Anders had an outstanding arrest warrant and is accused of producing and possessing child pornography. He was arrested where he was living on West Gardner Friday morning. It's unclear if Anders is still a practicing minister.
Road construction is everywhere, and a new project starting today could make commutes difficult for drivers on the South Hill. The latest project drivers should be aware of is that grind and overlay project happening on 29th Avenue. Starting today, crews will be paving 29th between Ray Street and Grand Boulevard. To make this happen, Regal Street will be closed between 29th Avenue and Southwest Boulevard. The city is directing drivers to reroute to Southeast Boulevard for a detour. Now, in addition, traffic will be down to 1 lane on 29th Avenue between Ray Street and Grand Boulevard. These closures are part of 2 separate projects that will grind and overlay pavement and install ADA ramps. Today also marks the first Monday since construction switched over on Thor and Freya. The westbound Thor Freya exit is open as of Friday, but it comes with a trade-off for drivers heading east. The eastbound exit ramp at Thor and Freya is now closed, as well as 3rd Avenue between Ray and Thor Street. These detours will be in place for about 10 weeks. And as always, the city of Spokane urges drivers to consider avoiding congestion by using a commute alternative like a bus. Hey, we're heading into a beautiful day. Mark will be back with a final check of our weather forecast that's coming up right after this break.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
At Numerica, you'll find money answers for people who'd rather be on the water. Get money answers for you and only you. Learn more at numericacu.com.
Hi, they assigned me to work with you, Miss. Great, but you can call me Miranda. You're me if you take the next step. How? Work here during the day, go to school at night. It's so worth it.
Face your future with Whitworth University.
There's only a short time left to get your backyard and deck ready for the 4th of July at Windsor Plywood.
It's time to shop for wood.
Whether you're looking for PVC, composite, or wood, the Windsor Plywood Decking Pros can help you find what you need, including great railing options. It's the one-stop shop all the contractors use to build the best decks in the region.
Windsor Plywood.
Plus, local delivery is available.
Seconds before 7 o'clock, the blue sky, temperatures are into the mid-50s. It really is a pretty pleasant start to the day. And we're going to continue to see that with mid-50s all the way through the 8 o'clock hour. We're going to be into the mid-70s early afternoon, and our high today is going to be 78 degrees. Normal high 76, so we're right where we need to be. We look at what we can expect through the week. Hot tomorrow, sunny 87, clouds and chance of showers on Wednesday 86, and then mid-70s Thursday, Friday with Hoop Fest weekend drying out, warming up, low 80s expected there.
Hey, thanks for starting your Monday with us right here on Good Morning Northwest.
We'll see you throughout Good Morning America for live local updates. GMA starts right now.